I was not intending to do a reading, and here I am. Hi, it's Dania, and been a minute, but I don't know why I'm here. Like, it's the real, like, this isn't planned. I don't know why. So let me get some incense and stuff going. I'm just gonna shuffle and talk. Maybe I just want to get an update. That's what this will be. This will be an update about what I've got going on, what's coming, and then I'll just see what comes from there. Okay, 1 second. All right. So, proactive apologies. I'm in the South, and it's springtime. You already know. So, like I said, I didn't have a plan to do a reading today. I got my cards here, and I'm just going to talk about what's coming for Nia's Divine Garden, what's changed, and just take it from there. On the last month or so, I have launched 2 coaching programs, which was a surprise. So we have the Self-Love Awakens Purpose, which is currently launched as a group coaching program. Technically, I have 3 programs going simultaneously. So I have Self-Love Awakens Purpose, the Goddess Gathering, and then I have career coaching, which is strictly just individual. Like, I don't have any group sessions for that or recordings for that. It's just we work individually together. That's a 6-month program. The Goddess Gathering is, I'm going to say it's an 8-month program. I know that's a really odd number, but it's an 8-month program. And then I have the Self-Love Awakens Purpose, which is currently a 3-month program. Based off of this first run, I may extend it. It just depends. But I do still have at least 1 or 2 coaching spots available for one-on-one basis. So however you want to work on. For those that are new here, I'm Dania. I am a spiritual illuminator and teacher. What I do is I empower you to take inspired action and encourage you along the way. In a traditional sense, you'd probably say I was a healer, but I don't feel like you need healing. I feel like you just don't see it that way. You're not broken. You just can't see it. You don't need to be lifted up or elevated because you're not low. You just can't see it. And you don't need to be expanded because you're not small. You just can't see it. What I do is I hold a candle and I like take my fire and light your candle. And then I show you how to keep your own individual light lit so you can live at your fullest potential. And I specialize in supporting men and women in the Black community specifically. I'm open to support anyone, but my specialty group, the group that I closest resonate with and that resonates with me, really are Black and brown people. But that's absolutely, you feel like my energy vibes with yours, by all means. I have mentored and supported people in a work sense of all backgrounds, but I know that there's a little something different for the Black community in that we're one of the few, if not the only, where our traditions, our practices were demonized in such a way that many of us can't even resonate with who our ancestors were. And part of my journey is to help illuminate who our ancestors were in a way that feels authentic to them, that honors our ancestors and honors you, and allows you to come up with your own practically spiritual practice. So a lot of my coaching is practically spiritual. It's traditional coaching techniques and teaching techniques, whether it's from what I got from my certifications or things that I just know I've been able to use and worked in work environment. But I also layer in the spiritual because we are not simply just our physical form, practical, but we also the spiritual energy that embodies this form, spiritual. So everything that I do, whether it is a reading, a coaching, my poetry, it's all practically spiritual. Which is a great segue because I have a new book coming out. Um, Self love is an act of worship. If you've been on my website, if you've been on the channel for a while, you know that is my mantra. Self love is an act of worship. You are an altar to the divine. And this book is very personal to me. It is my journey told by me and poetry used to illustrate the journey. I'm really excited about the book. The book itself is ultimately finished. I just have some folks reading it for me, and it will be out very soon. It is a very nice collection of my poetic works, but organized as a story. It'll be available on Amazon, and I'll make sure that I keep you posted on when the official launch date is. So, Nia's Divine Garden also is a podcast. So the link for that is in the description box. The podcast right now, I have this series on my podcast called Awakening Stories in the Black community. And I'm featuring guests in the Black community that talk about their journey going to non-traditional orthodox organized religion, whether that is they still have some things that they hold on to organized religion, but also have traditional practices. Maybe they do something completely different. But there is a theme within our community that is resonating with people going back to their roots and being more authentic in how they connect with the creator. And these stories have been really beautiful. I just recorded the next one not too long ago with my friend Quan. I'm super excited about that. That will be available on my podcast on Wednesday. But you can listen to all the previous episodes now to kind of get you warmed up and ready for her conversation. Each conversation has things that have been the same and nuances that have been different. So it's been really refreshing to watch how they've each been able to unfold in their own way. So I'm really excited to share that with everybody. So just subscribe to my podcast. I have the podcast link. All of where the podcast is like Apple, Google, Spotify, Anchor, Pocket Cast. I'm available on there. Just search Mia's Divine Garden, just like you see it for my YouTube channel. So in the course of doing those stories, they were initially supposed to be like a precursor or warm up to an event I was planning in June called the Melanated Meadow. And now it seems that the Melanated Meadow is becoming something else. This is becoming where these stories are grown. And I think that's such a beautiful thing. And something else is coming of it, but it's not the vendor event. And initially, I'll be honest, when I got that download, I was a little disappointed because the idea for it came from a download. But the stories have been so rich and so honest. I get it. I needed something to encourage me to tell these stories, encourage me to let others tell their stories and be heard. And I'm so excited about how that has unfolded. So Melanated Meadow, as far as the event, may not be happening right now, but I do have two events planned. And these are just opportunities for us to give honor to our ancestors and the ancestors that at some point in time will be. We have both Mother's Day and Father's Day coming up. And I really, like, it was really strong. Like, I wanted us to do something for the mothers. And initially, I thought it was just going to be women. I really did. Like, but I thought, as I was working on it, I said, men have moms. They come from, like, not just women that come from mothers, it's men too. And the truth is, sometimes we do these things and we don't invite our brothers. And I want to make sure that our brothers always know they are welcome and safe with us, and vice versa. So, um, the Saturday before Mother's Day, here in Augusta, Georgia, I'm inviting people to come out and honor their mothers with an offering. So we're gonna do flowers and we're gonna pour libations and we're gonna go to the water and we're gonna sing and we're gonna offer prayer and we're gonna offer words. I'll have tickets available so that, for the energy exchange. So there'll be only $5. That's it, $5 for energy exchange. If you decide to go $7, I will dress a candle for you. So that way, if you have an ancestor altar or you're thinking about building one, you'll have a candle for your altar. Um, and if you go 9, I only have a couple. At the $9 one, I will go ahead and give a message to you that you need to hear in that moment. Bring your mothers, bring your daughters, bring your family. It's not going to be anything super long. It'll be a really short but very powerful moment for us to just all be together, dressed in white or bright. I, I said white as a base, but really bright. I'm thinking like floral arrangements, like really bright. If you want to wear traditional African garb, whatever that looks like for you, I just want it to be um, something beautiful where we're honoring mothers in general and sharing a message that will inspire the mothers, possible mothers, could have been mothers, used to be mothers. Well, if you're a mother, you're always a mother, but maybe you've got an empty nest now. But giving all the praise due to the womb holders of the world and what that means to have one. And then giving honor and praise in June to the fathers that are protecting us and providing for us and that are present, that are teaching us and helping mold us and inspiring us and driving us to be strong and be great and how to set our boundaries, keeping us safe. And they're also a part of us. They're not separate. This is a union that came to bring us into the world. The divine feminine, divine masculine work together. They're not separately working, they're working in tandem with each other for the creation of life to exist. And it's important to give space and allow all of that energy to be present. So for the fathers, I keep feeling something different. For the fathers, you know, we could give offering, we could pour libation. I don't know why the dads feel like they want food. Like the pops, the fathers feel like they want some fire. They want to cook out. So I'm trying to see how that can work. If anyone has any suggestions, but I feel like a big fatherly cookout, honor the fathers. And right now, I'm thinking about doing it before Father's Day because I want to let Juneteenth also, even though Father's Day is Juneteenth, let that be a thing on its own. But yeah, I will keep y'all posted on how the Father's Day one is going to look as far as like, cooking on the grill and things of that nature, where that would be hosted at. So I'll keep you posted on what I'm going to do with that for the fathers. But yeah, both of those are coming up. Tickets are available on my website right now. The link will be in the description box. Well, you're here. So it's almost April. Why not do a quickie? A little general message for the collective for the month of April. What does our spiritual court want us to know? Our ancestors want us to be mindful of. So I'm going to say, thank you to the Most High for allowing me to sit here today. And thank you for the protection that is around us in this space. Thank you for the unconditional love that we're sharing space with today. And I'm gonna let it flow. So All right. What was the journey for the collective through the month of March? What service? Well, let me see. Hope if it comes back. That will fill out real kind of long. Good moment. Let's see. All right. Let's see. What was the soul journey of the collective in the month of March? Oh, oh wow. Wow. What's wild is based on some of my friends' Facebook posts. This is so accurate. So what flew out was love. If I can that visible for y'all. Yeah, that didn't help at all. Oh, yep. Just trust me. It says love. It says love. And then again, I don't have glasses on, so it may be way more visible for y'all than it is for me. But love, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And an undercurrent of trust, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So as a collective, what I saw um, in a collective sense was this real strong push for people one desiring love. Look, not I won't say looking for love, but hoping for love. And coming to a place of understanding that they already have it within you. As we are all aspects of source, we all embody the creator's energy, which is love and joy and bliss. So we already have love. So when we are calling forth for love, we're learning to not call from a place of lack. Well, hey, Wind, we're not calling for love from a place of lack as if we don't already have love, because we do. It's already within us. It's around us. Think about Earth being a living energy that holds on to us, keeps us from floating away, uses all her energy and might to make sure we have food, we have air. Like we're just constantly surrounded and imbued by love. But sometimes we forget, sometimes things in life go on. And I was messaging somebody recently, they were talking about love, and I said, the place where I'm coming to is understanding every step on my love journey is absolutely about each step. And so if I get so hung up on, oh, I want to be married and blah, 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 and that's the only thing I'm looking for, I miss out on what I'm supposed to be learning until I get to that part. I'm missing out on all the flags that I'm supposed to reach for before I get to the finish line. And so it's important to trust your process and trust the journey and understand if your intuition is guiding you to somebody and it doesn't work out, it does not mean your intuition was wrong. Your intuition was absolutely correct. There was something you need to learn from that experience. And the moment you trust the divine plan and understand that the plan is not your plan, let me scratch that. The plan is your plan. It's just not your conscious plan. It's a plan that your soul came up with before you got here. And your soul said, I want to meet these people. I want to experience these relationships. I want to embody these connections because there's something that I'm supposed to learn in these situations. And I just want you to trust that you're supposed to learn from every relationship. You can't say, I don't want this one, I don't want that one because they don't want to marry me. Release and detach from the end game and live and embrace the experience. What is the journey we're moving into? If we've learned our love and trust, what journey will we be moving into in the month of April? Ooh. Oh my goodness. Okay. So first off, I'm gonna say that I can love to so many people that I saw who lost loved ones in the like so many. And I always like I ended up talking to someone about in a group about being a death doula and just watching so many people have to go through this. And I was just like wishing I could do more. But if I'm not in that role in that moment, all I could do is offer love and witness from the sides. And it's not always easy. Um, but there was a lot of grief and there was an undertone. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. So the back of the deck, I felt the back of the deck first was grief. And that's why it says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And I don't want you to feel like you've lost. You're just no longer experiencing it in your physical reality. It's not lost. It's just not in your experience anymore. If it's the passing of a loved one, they're not lost. They found their way back home. And you don't have to not have them in your life. You may want to wait a while before you put them on an altar, but after a year, make space for them. Put them on your ancestor altar. Allow them to still be a part of your life, just in a different way. And underneath that was courage. And I thought that was such a beautiful under the current of grief was courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. And our energy, our soul journey for the collective is purpose. I know what I am here to do. And to go from love to purpose really, for me, it's definitely aligning because, you know, like I said, my coaching program, it is self-love awakens purpose. You're journeying through loving and coming to love yourself and realize how much love is in yourself and who you are and what you're here to do, because you won't care who you are. You won't care to find out who you are because you're not building a relationship with yourself. The love is what causes you to build a relationship with yourself and to learn yourself on a spiritual level, not simply on a surface level, but what makes you tick. Why did you come here? And keep learning that, because you won't learn everything all at once. Little bits and pieces and nuggets and breadcrumbs along the trail, you'll pick those up. And as you pick those up, you'll start seeing your purpose. Even if you can't see the full picture, the puzzle pieces of your purpose start to show up. And so that's what's happening in the month of April. And I think it is super, super beautiful. Let's see what some other keywords, themes that we have. So these are going to be additional themes happening in the month of April. So additional themes in the month of April for the collective. Ooh, we have growth. And this is the radish dragon. This is my garden dragons deck. I thought was super cute and I love it so much. So the radish dragon says we have growth. And so this could be spiritual growth. This could be growth in your career. But think about it, this is springtime. Aries season is all about the kicking off. It's the intention. So we're planting the seeds. Planting the seeds now. We're planting the seeds. That new moon in Aries coming, we need to be laying our intentions nice so we can take root into the ground. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. What else comes along with springtime? Springtime is all about renewal, and the celery dragon has come to confirm with that green. So we have our hearts being renewed. We have our abundance being renewed. This is such a beautiful time for us to um, reconnect with the things that we love and we feel passionate about. Because we're going ready to go into Taurus season. And Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is the lavish, opulent, abundant, our five senses, the wealth, the richness of our life. That is what Taurus season is all about. And we're renewing that commitment to experiencing that richness as we grow. Get one more additional moderation. So Taurus season, this is perfect. So with Taurus season, Venus is oh, you got to be kidding me. Venus is also like Jupiter. So we have Jupiter currently is hanging out at home. Like it's moving through the sky, but it's back home. And it's at its traditional home. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm getting real big and rambunctious. And Venus is like, yeah, I'm about to be showing out too. So there's a lot of energy of growth, but you also have to realize things that grow, that could be expansion in other ways. That could be a desire to experience lavishness in a way that can be overindulgence. So you have to have moderation. You have to have everything balanced so that you don't overdo this. But there's also hope here because this is the star fruit dragon. And immediately I saw star, I was thinking like the star card, which is about hope. It's about you had a tower moment, you had devastation, you had destruction, you had things that just went down. Things went down. Things may not have been the best, but the story, the beauty in the tower card is that on top of the rubble of that tower that had to come down, it had to be destroyed. The tower had to come down because it no longer served you. The tower had to come down because you were finished with that tower and you need to build a new tower. So in order for that new tower to be strong, it needs a strong foundation. So all the rubble from that old tower, you're about to like really refine it. You're going to lay it out and it's going to help you to submit that new foundation that you're building something on. And this new tower is going to be stronger. This new tower is going to be taller. This new tower is going to be more sturdy. And it's going to refresh you and it's going to renew you and it's going to inspire you to do something more. And luck is what was on the back of the deck. And this is the lucky clover dragon. And it's got ladybugs, it's got a rainbow. And what happens after a storm? What do you see after a storm? You see the rainbow. After you go through those changes, because that's what a storm is. A storm is telling you change is coming. Storm is letting you know there's a change coming. There's a change coming in your life. The weather's just saying, hey, when we're all experiencing a storm together, all of us are experiencing a shift, just in different areas of our life. But everybody I know in some way has had a shift of some kind happen in their life. So you're just going through these shifts, but understand there's a rainbow on the other side. There's a rainbow waiting for you in the sky on the other side of this shift. If you would just but see the blessings that are coming from some of these endings. So I think that is beautiful. Colors we have yellow. So we have our solar plexus, which is our confidence, our seat of courage. We have our heart, which is the center of all of our chakras. So it is the center of our being. It is where our inner spirit lives. And then we also have red, which is where our inner child lives. It is where we feel safe, we feel rooted. It is a foundation. It is our early experiences in life that kind of build our own paradigm. And so a lot of us are shifting those old stories and those old narratives and coming to a place where we can have more confidence and being more authentic and sure in ourselves. So we're going to get to the last bits of advice and then I'm going to go sit, hold on. All righty, so let's see. Additional advice, we'll get some goddesses and then the angels to wrap us up. Any advice for us to move with the flow of the energy in the month of April and be in alignment with what the divine is trying to create for all of us? Oh, oh, oh. Whoa. Okay. Okay. All right. So we have on the back of the deck, because I'm just going to stick with how I've been doing it the last couple. So we have Urzuli Bantor, which is etheric chords. And this is talking about our soul tribe, our soul family, the family that we all looked at each other while we're with the Most High and like, yo, we all gonna incarnate at the same time. We all gonna go down there together. And it doesn't mean you're all the same age. It just means that these are the souls that said they were all going to support, we're supporting each other in our individual missions. So I love the fact that that's a call out to our soul family. And then we also, oh Lord, the back of the deck coming. Oh man. Okay, all right. I'm not gonna put like I'm gonna stop with the back of the deck. So then we have radical rebirth on the back of the deck, which was followed by truth, level up, and joy. Woo! 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 Radical rebirth, truth, level up, and joy. Some change is coming. And that change is going to be really extreme, which really makes sense. As we're going into Taurus season, when we get to the latter part of April, the sun, which you think the sun is our soul, our personality, our our how we shine. And it's getting ready to meet up with the planet Uranus. And Uranus is radical. It is wild, it is out there, it is all about change. So the soul is your being as you're born. You identify as your sun sign when you're like that's the sign that you identify with from when you were born. So the sun is getting ready to go through radical change. But it's going to reveal a truth. If it wasn't true, if there was anything about it that was not honest, if there was anything that wasn't for your highest good, that truth is getting ready to be illuminated. What must stay and what must go is going to be illuminated. But by doing this cleaning, as we do in the springtime with spring cleaning, what we're finding is joy. And the cards that came out, the very first card to come out was miracles. And this is Aizan, which is miracles. And then we have Sarah Lakali, which is divine lineage. And divine lineage is our ancestors. It is our roots. It is our tribe. It is our legacy. So our divine lineage is the spiritual lineage that we all came into this world with. So I really, really, really love that. And then we have surrender with Iset. And with surrender, you can't be open to miracles if you're holding on too tight. You have to have the ability to let go. And letting go means you have to be able to be vulnerable. I keep seeing things about your feelings and what it is your feelings are your alarm system from spirit. Your feelings are how your body is telling you something is okay or something's not okay with your spirit. when you engage with someone and they trigger a not so pleasant emotion, it is less about the person that triggered it and more about the emotion they triggered and where in your body it stemmed and why it triggered you. Because there's something you're holding on to that wants to be released. The I notion not to cry, your cry is your spiritual bath. It is a spiritual bath for your heart. Your heart and your being is trying to release. It's trying to let something out of it that no longer serves you. So giving yourself the space to cry and scream in whatever way you need to emote, that is healthy. The part what people are like misconstruing is what you do in that emotional state. How you allow yourself to either get lost in the emotion and not learn how to observe it, experience it, and move past it, or whether you get stuck in it and you drown in it and you lose yourself. The notion is not to let go and don't have any emotions, because then you are negating the whole point that you asked the creator to come here. You asked the creator to come here so that you can experience the fullness, which means the human emotional part of your journey. Your emotions are a part of your journey. Running away from them closes you off. And when you are closed, you are not fully open to the breath of your blessings. You have to be cracked open, open and vulnerable in a place of allowing yourself to experience the way you're supposed to. Yes, your intuition will guide you in the way that may help you avoid some pitfalls along the way, but you have to be open to that. You have to be open to what your intuition feels like. Does it come as a word? It comes as a feeling in your physical body, a feeling. Then the download comes. The intuition hits you first, then you get the message. But if you are closed off and tight and you've got all this pent up energy because you're not letting yourself feel, you can't feel anything. You can't feel anything, not with the degree of clarity that your vulnerability allows you and affords you to have. So you have to be open. You have to surrender to the process. That's why I said earlier, you want to, like, I just want to meet my husband. No, you need to meet love. I want to meet love. Whether that love is forever, for the moment, I want to meet love. Divine love, because every connection that I come through, since everyone on this earth is divine, whether they know it or not, I want to meet love the way that the Most High has orchestrated me to experience love. I want to be open to the infinite possibilities of prosperity. I would be, I can't be closed off and be open to God. I can't have it both ways. I'm either open or I'm closed. There is no, a cracked door is still cracked open. I'm either open or I'm closed. Cracked window is still open. I need to be open. You have to surrender. Let go. It is not your journey to tell the story that your parents and your grandparents told. It is not your journey to live the stories your ancestors told. You are meant to write your own story, your own lineage and legacy that's different, that's bolder and brighter and full of miracles that they could not even imagine. But if you continue to say, well, my mama, you aren't growing. Well, you aren't growing. What about you? What about you? And it's not that traditions, but can you think for yourself? Can you live for yourself, not for your children? It's not their job for you to live for them. You live for you so that they know they can live for themselves. They are not your plan to greatness. They are there to witness you honor your own greatness so they can be able to experience living their own. That is not their burden for them to carry. They are meant to be children and experience childhood, laughter, and wonderment, because the reason you don't know what your purpose is because you left it in your childhood. Or you didn't have one, so you don't know what it feels like to be a kid. Let go of trying to replicate the wounds of your ancestors in your current life and embrace the opportunity to surrender to the fact that Spirit is trying to change the story. Spirit is trying to change the narrative. Spirit is trying to tell you it wasn't supposed to be that women are the weaker vessel. I never told you that. Divine masculine and feminine together. Not one bigger or stronger than the other, together, powerful in their own right, and even more powerful together in union and balance, both within you and in your relationships. You got twisted, but that's because you're still programmed to say and repeat what you heard instead of being grown enough to surrender to what's already inside you. You don't want to hear it though because you didn't hear it from anybody else. You're hearing it from yourself, and you can't believe in yourself enough to honor the fact that you might have something that your soul wants you to experience that is different from everybody else. And all right, I'm gonna get some last little words and we'll go. If my food is thawed, so I cook. I need to go to the store. Mm. You got to be kidding. So staying consistent. So we have signs and reminders. And what you see here is we have a feather. Hold on, my nose. Wait, I gotta wipe the nose for a second. Sorry, I didn't want to look like a snotty little kid if I didn't have to. We have feathers. I always look at this card and I see a yoni. So I'm gonna say that. I see feathers, we have butterflies, we have birds, we have rainbows. There are so many things around us where spirit is speaking. But if you don't have your own, not from nobody book, your personal relationship with the Most High, you don't know which signs resonate with you. You have to learn what spirit sounds like when spirit speaks to you individually, because it's not the same as everybody else. There may be some of us that have the similar signs, but you need to know what yours are. We got surrender again, FYI. Surrender popped up again. I cannot make this up. And then we have ask and we have ask and receive followed by manifestation. If ask and receive followed by manifestation. Do you know what a manifestation is? A prayer. Manifestation is a prayer. It's like, I don't manifest, I pray. Well, you do it. You are manifesting, just in a different way. A prayer for some, not everybody, may say, Lord, I just really wish that I had that. Could you please help me, Lord? I really just the thing that you're imagining, the thing that you're asking for, you already have it. You just don't have it in your physical life. So for people who manifest, they're still praying. It just sounds a little different. Thank you. Thank you, Lord, for my beautiful home. Thank you so much for this home that has 5 bedrooms, Lord. And this house is so big, it allows me the opportunity, Lord, to not only shelter my immediate family, Lord, but I have room for my extended family, Lord. I am so grateful because this experience that I have of having this home that is open and inviting and is filled with laughter and love, Lord. I just love it. I love my house, Lord, and I'm so thankful for it. I do not have a 5 bedroom house, but I know I see it. So I'm just thankful. I'm raising my vibration to be in alignment with it. What I desire desires me. I'm just trying to be in alignment with it. It's not that you're praying and the other person manifesting. Y'all ain't doing nothing different. It's the way you speak to the Most High that may sound different, but y'all both still talking to the Creator, trying to bring that thing into being. You're both asking the Creator to help you bring that thing into being. Well, the manifestation, they be doing other work. They're programming their subconscious because they realize that the power of their words and their mind, because we are all aspects of the Creator. We are co-creating our life with Source. So as a co-creator, we have to be mindful of our mind and our words, and we're simply taking the steps. We're doing the work. Was the first card that came out that is going to allow us to experience that manifestation in physical form. Miracles are wanting to come to us in the month of April. Jupiter and Neptune are about to be sitting right on top of each other, just like we just right here together. And they both at home. They're like siblings. They're like siblings that came back home to be in my house, and they're about to show out. They're enjoying themselves, and it's going to be really interesting how that plays out. But as we're in Aries season right now, we have to do the work. Aries is about, I'm about to get it done. Aries is I am. It is a sign of I am. Well, who else is I am? It's about doing the work. And the work doesn't necessarily mean, oh my God, it's hard, I'm gonna be tired. Your ancestors were already tired. Your ancestors stayed up at night. Your ancestors went to bed with empty stomachs. Your ancestors were exhausted. You don't have to be. You choose, if that is your soul's journey, by all means, bless, do what you do. But if there's anything in you that feels discomfort in that, it feels like I just wish there was a better way, Lord, because I don't want to lose that rest, then align yourself with the path of ease and call ease into your life. Doing the work doesn't mean being a slave to your own business. Doing the work means I'm going to do the work in a way that is true and authentic to me and allow the universe to do the work to bring what I need. It's not that you're not doing any work. You're doing the work in a way that feels good. You're doing work in the work, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like your passion and your purpose, and you're just having fun. You're just having fun. You're thoroughly just enjoying yourself. You're still working. You're just having a blast doing it. You're having a blast doing it. And if you can't write a post and say, I had so much fun today doing ... for my business. When I'm doing readings all day, I am having a freaking blast. I may not eat or drink nothing, but I am having an absolute fun time. When I'm doing coachings all day, I am having an absolute fun time. I don't feel like I'm doing work. I'm busy. I don't feel like I'm doing work though, because I'm in alignment with what my soul and my spirit is calling me to do. When I'm writing, I am in flow. I am absolutely working, but I ain't on no path of like hard. Lack of sleep, no. I don't know. I'm mom and may lose sleep, but I'm not. Prosperity ain't coming for losing sleep. It's not, because that's not what I'm vibrationally aligning myself to. So do the work, but also understand sometimes work means I gotta sleep. Sometimes work means I need to take a vacation and recharge and re-raise my vibration so I could be at my absolute best. So really sit and consider what do the work looks like and redefine it for yourself. Everybody's going through spiritual growth. Whether that spiritual growth is on a traditional path, an organized religion path, everybody is going through a state of spiritual growth. That spiritual connection is just only going to get stronger the more Jupiter and Neptune come to be. Neptune is a psychic planet. It is the planet of psychic experiences, and Jupiter is the spiritual guru. The spiritual guru is coming into connection with psychic experience. Your spiritual growth is going to happen. You're going to be dreaming about loved ones, whether you do ancestor veneration or not. Your loved ones are going to feel so close to you, whether you do ancestral veneration or not. You're going to feel really close to the connected, to the creator, whether you have a spiritual practice or not. It's just simply going to be. And during this time, you may feel some things, you may experience something that feel odd, but you're protected. You are absolutely protected. Just be courageous and be brave and be authentic. So, April is full of blessings, growth, shifts, change, miracles. There's so much going on, and I would encourage you to just really just be patient with yourself as you're going through these things, but be vulnerable and open yourself up and allow the creator to move. This isn't a month where it's like, this is a divine plan month. This doesn't feel like a free will month. This feels like fated. Whatever's happening is divine timing. And it's time for you to get your miracles and reap your blessings. I hope that you enjoyed this very impromptu, I don't know why I'm here, but I had a word to say, reading, and y'all have a great day. Bye.